Hello students, today I am here with you to discuss your second poem for class 10 from your first book, First Flight, that is Fire and Ice. This is written by Robert Frost. This is highly a symbolical poem. Fire and ice symbolize two different things. The sinners who do wrong tasks live in a hell like fire, and some are sunk into ice up to their neck. Now, here fire symbolizes desire and wishes, ice symbolizes hate. So, the poet says that there are two ways to end the world, fire and ice, that is, desire and hate. Let's see the first stanza. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. Desire means a strong feeling of wanting to have something or wishing for something to happen. Favor means approval, support. In first two lines, poet says that some people say that the world will end because of the fire, that is desire, and some say that the world will end into hate. It is the opinion of the other people, not the poet. Poet wants to say that some people have so much desires, and to fulfill these desires, they do wars, and these wars cause distractions. Other opinion is that some people hate others. That is why they fight with each other, and this also causes distraction. So there are two regions of the destruction of the world: desires and hatred. Now in third line, the poet is sharing his experiences, and he says that he has known about desires, so he says that he would favor the opinion that the world will end in desires. He wants to say that desires are strong drive factors. They inspire us to do such kind of deeds which are destructive for us. The poet says that the people who favor fire and the world would end due to desires. Let's see the next stanza. But if it had to perish twice, I know enough of hate to say that for distraction ice is also great and would suffice. Perish means to die, suffice means be sufficient. The poet says that, but if the world would destroy twice, he says that he knows much about hatred too. And there is enough hatred in this world, and the world can be destroyed due to hatred too. So, hate would also be a great factor in destroying the world. So, first of all, the poet tells us the opinion of the other people about the destruction of the world, and then he gives his own opinion about this. This is a very short poem and very symbolic poem. Fire is the symbol of desires, and ice is the symbol of hate. Now let us discuss literary devices. First of all, let's see the rhyming scheme. There are 9 lines in this poem, so let us divide the poem in 3 parts. Rhyme scheme is ABA, ABC, BCB. Now let us see last words of the poem: fire, desire, and fire. So these are rhyming with each other, we call them A. Then ice, twice, ice, suffice. These 4 words are rhyming, we call them B. And hate and great are rhyming to each other, so let's call them C. So rhyming scheme is ABA, ABC, BCB. Now let's see the next literary device, that is anaphora. What is anaphora? Anaphora is the repetition of a word or expression at the start of 2 or more consecutive lines. Let's see the example. Line first and second started here with some say word phrase. So here is anaphora. Let's see the next literary device used over here, that is enjambment. Enjambment is defined as the thought or clause that does not come to an end at a line break. Rather, it moves over to the next line. Means One line continues to other line without any punctuation mark. Here we see in lines 7, 8, 9 the same sentence is running in the three lines. So here is enjambment. Another literary device used over here is alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of a consonant sound at the start of two or more closely connected words. Example: the sound of F in favor fire, W in word will, and S in some say is repeated. That's why alliteration is here. Assonance is also used over here. A repeated use of vowel sound in a sentence is called assonance. Here, in the line "will end in fire," I sound is very prominent. Consonance is also used over here. What is consonance? A repetition use of consonant sound. T sound is very prominent in line 4th. That is all. I hope students you have understood. Thanks for watching the video.